Namaskar, good morning, Ram Ram. You are watching your channel AC Astro, and the topic of the video is very interesting. The most talked topic of astrology, Mangal Dosha. Every astrologer, traditional or modern, talk about it. Whether it's marriage or anything, you people are just scared of this thing, Mangal Dosha. What is this? Is this really exist? Or is this only a myth? Akash Chauhanji already with his research from Calgary, Canada. Let's see and let's have a benefit of his research. Namaskar, Akash.
Very namaskar. A warm welcome to all the family members of AC Astro. Today we are going to discuss about Mangal Dosh, right?
Hmm.
Or Manglik Dosh or Kuja Dosh. So apparently, Ruiji, yes, it exists. Okay, our scriptures, our Vedas say that yes, Mangal Dosh exists. Now I will explain you that how Mangal Dosh is to be seen. And before that, we should know the Vedic reason behind it. If we don't know the reason behind it, then we will not be able to understand. Or, it is not just because an astrologer is telling you that, you have Mangal Dosh, so you believe him. We have to see the facts. Now, as we all know, it starts with the birth of Lord Mangal. Lord Shiva was in Tandav state. He was dancing with fierce energy, because that is the time when Ma Parvati, or before that Mata Sati, she jumped in the fire and she put her life to end. So Shiva was very angry, and when he was dancing, he was sweating. He started sweating because of the fierce energy he had. And when that drop of sweat first fell on earth, on as soon as it fell on earth, a child emerged from there, and that was Lord Mars. That is why Mars is called Bhumiputra, son of the earth. Okay, that is how Mars was formed. In another story, it says that when Lord Shiva was fighting with the demon hurt Lord Shiva, and a drop of blood fell on earth, and Mars was born from that blood. So there are two different stories, but this is the most talked about story, a very popular belief that Mars was born from the Ansh of Lord Shiva. Okay, Rohitji. So now understand that Mars was born during the time when Lord Shiva was in a fierce mode, when he was in a war mode, when he wanted to destroy, he was in the mode of destruction. And that is why Mars is considered a very fearful planet, a cruel planet. Mars can give very good results, but when Mars will give bad results, it will not leave you like even 1 inch, it will destroy you completely. Okay, so this is the birth of Mars. So Mars was born through the energy of Lord Shiva. In some texts or in some places, Rohitji, Lord Kartikya is also called Mars, Mangal. He is also called Mangal. That he said that then Lord Kartikya was given that planet, and that's why Lord Kartikya rules the Mangal planet.
The
And
similarity between the Mars and Lord Kartikeya is that because is considered Mars is considered as a commander of Navgrah, and
exactly,
Lord Kartikeya is considered as commander of Devtas, all
yes.
them.
And Mars is
And
also the god of war, god of energy, god of war. Okay, so yes, so there are many things, Rohitji, which our Vedic stories convey to us. Now, so we have to understand Mangal Dosh or Kuja Dosh is something which happens when Mars is positioned in certain houses from your ascendant. Okay, that is the first, second, fourth, seventh, eighth, and 12th. Okay, you know, depends on the placement of Mars, that how it is placed. And is it placed nature, it is placed in a very good way, how powerful it is how an astrologer can determine that what kind of um, power does Mars keep in your chart. That can it destroy after marriage, or can it destroy in association or in overall life? If you have Mangal Dosh, there are a little bit of obstacles or delays in marital life, and that is again, Rohiji, because of a story is that, Rohiji, because Mangal was a fearful planet, is a fearful planet, and When the time came of marriage, when the time when he wanted to get married, uh, it is a common tale told by our ancestors, and as well as in Vedas in specific places. I think, Suraj, you must also have never heard, and all the people who are watching must have never heard the name of wife of Lord Mangal. Do you know, Rohitji?
No, I really don't know, but only thing I know is that one time he's supposed to marry the Yamuna Devi,
Yeah,
the
but he
daughter of,
couldn't.
but it not happened
Mhm.
at that time. But I
Yes.
don't know the real name, wife name.
Yeah. So later the story is here, Rohitji, which will give us an idea why Manglik Dosh occurs in our lives. And the deity is Ma Jwalini, that is something who came out of fire, so
Mhm.
pure that came out of fire. And this is a very good story where, according to legend, when Ma Parvati smiled once, she was born from the smile of Ma Parvati. Now just imagine, Rohitji, Mars was born during the time Lord Shiva was in anger, and Ma Jwalini was born when Ma Parvati smiled. Did you see the union? Okay, now understand. Ma Jwalini is someone who is uh, who is also fearful. She also has that fierce energy. But because these both energies were brought together, these both energies were brought together, and same that energy comes from the same place. That is the Shiva's family. That is why the union was successful, and both, because she was fierce but born with a little bit of that smile of Ma Parvati, and Mars was born with the fierce energy of Lord Shiva. uh, some places, if you see, it is also called that Mars is an incarnation of Lord Veerbhadra. Now now those who are listening to Jwalini Mata for the first time, and now they will Google that what is Jwalini Mata, you will understand that in some temples of where Mangal Devta Murti is kept, near the bottom of the Murti, there is a small Murti of Ma Jwalini also. So if you're not getting married, if there is a lot of problem in your marriage, if marriage is disturbed, there is lot of unwanted kalesh, or what we call fights in your marriage, you should worship Ma Jwalini. Okay, Rohiji, very it is worshipped in form of flames. Okay, it is worshipped like, it is just, if you just worship a flame in front of you, that is Ma Jwalini. Now, Rohiji, here when this union happened, and this is where we need to understand the placement of Mars. So Mars is a fearful planet. Only Jwalini, the power of Ma Jwalini, can suppress or bring down the energy of Mars and can be live peacefully together. That's why whenever you have Mangal Dosh, it does not mean you are born with a curse. It just means that Mars, you know. Now see here, again which I have written. The marriage represents the union of Mars, fiery energy with the power of divine feminine energy of goddess Shakti. The marriage between Mangal Dev and goddess Dwalini signifies the balance and harmonization of masculine and feminine energy. Devi Ma is also very aggressive, but somehow she is the one who runs the world. She's the one from whose womb the world has been emerged.
Right, right, right.
And when this union happened, it brought strength, vitality, and protection. Now there are many stories, many stories depending on interpretations. Different religions have different stories, and this is what I have researched. And I do not claim that this is the only story. There can be many other stories. Many our forefathers must have, lineage to lineage passed many stories about it. But this is the very much known to me. Now we have to also understand that all the devtas, and they were born with supernatural powers, and Ma Jwalini has that power. Again, Rohiji, coming back, Ma Jwalini has that power to basically bring harmony to your life, even if you're not Manglik, and if you have married a Manglik person, or if you are Manglik and married a non-Manglik person, blessings of Ma Jwalini is very, very much required. Now, Rohiji, here it is very important, and it's a very small video today. That's why I'm not going into a lot of details. But here, see, if your chart has Mars in the first, second, fourth, seventh, eighth, and 12th house, that means the energy of Mars is a little bit heavy on your chart. And now, if Mars is exalted in some of the places or debilitated in some of the places, then the energy can be more potent. Okay, that is why if you have this placement, if you know little bit of astrology, or if you're matching the chart with other person, if they don't have such kind of placement, then it is advised that at least consult some, if you believe in this. And after marriage, if you go and see, then there is of no use, Rohitji. But if we believe somehow in Vedic astrology, then the association or the cancellation of Mangal Dosh, that means the other chart should also have such kind of fierce energy, because unless and until that fierce energy will match, the the dosha will not end, or the dosha, or more than the dosha, the results of the marriage will not be fruitful.
The Kuja Dosha you wrote here is readable as a Mangal Dosha. Kuja means Mangal.
Puja is Mangal only. Puja, Mangal, Mars, Mangal. See here, Rohiji. If we go in this slide, Mangal Dosh is also known as Mangal Dosh or Kuja Dosh.
Kuja
In
Dosha.
astrological belief in Vedic astrology, that is associated with planet Mars, known as Mangal or Kuja in Sanskrit. In Sanskrit, Mangal Devata is known as Kuja.
And the placement you show in the chart, that if the Mars is placed in all these places or all these signs, we can say, or places,
Places,
place,
places.
all these places, then that person will be called a Manglik person, which is a
Manglik
common
person.
definition.
Exactly. It can be from the moon also and from the ascendant also. But I believe in ascendant astrology. I do not believe in moon astrology. So according to Parashara, this is how Parashara has described in his Hora Shastra.
So you want to say that Manglik should marry Manglik only. Manglik weds Manglik.
Manglik weds Manglik. It is very auspicious. Otherwise, there are other ways to do lot of
Because energies will match, na? If
exactly.
I am Manglik, some girl is Manglik, so we have a same kind of energies in our chart. So it will, fruitify
Nullify
the.
the effects.
Yes, yes.
It is said, लोहे लोहे को काटता है, or
Hmm.
you know
Iron cuts iron.
iron cuts iron. So that is the way it is placed, that Mars should be considered, and it is very important. And the people who where there are very simple remedies for Kuja dosh also,
Hmm.
like marrying to a tree, marrying to a small plant. Then there are pujas of which all the uh, pandits now they charge a lot of money to do that. But somehow there are many ways uh, how your Mangal dosh can be nullified. So before it is also said in a very good text by Varhamir ji that if your 27 gun are matching in the chart, and if you have Mangal dosh, then the Mangal dosh cancels automatically.
Okay.
Okay, so 27 gun, if it is matching, then Mangal dosha automatically cancels. But the energy of Mars should be considered before getting married. That is what
One
Rohiji.
of the remedy you tell the marriage with some tree. I
Yeah.
don't want to name the one of the famous Bollywood star of Millennium. His
Aishwarya
son
Rai.
married. Yes,
Aishwarya Rai and
they
Abhishek
married.
Bachchan, yes, they Aishwarya Rai was. It is said, and we do not.
I think Abhishek Bachchan married to some tree or Ishwar, I don't know.
Aishwarya is Manglik,
Mangli.
so she married. But yes. Anyways, no comments on that because I don't know how their relationship are. But
But this
if
is one of the popular marriage.
popular marriage, yes, of Manglik Dosh. There are many popular marriages, and those who believe in Vedic astrology, they actually consider placement of Mars before getting married.
Hmm.
So, Ruji, as we discussed, for all our family members or all our subscribers, we will bring small such videos which will educate you that what is the exact reason why Mangal Dosh. It is not like some you are cursed or you have done some sin. It is just the placement of Mars, and it is not your dosh. It is the dosh that Mangal has, because he is a fearful planet. He cannot adjust with other person. But because Ma Parvati created a Shakti for Mars so that he can adjust. That is how Ishwar, God, has created every Manglik for any other Manglik person.
Yeah. Very beautiful video, because this only not just educated the people who are pursuing astrology, but also clearing the myths and the fog on all around that, oh, Manglik Dosh, this happened, that happened. Now this is with a true scientific story, Vedic story, that how it happens and how you can nullify this. And if you are new to this channel, please subscribe and be a family member of ACS Pro. If you already subscribed, thanks very much. And those who want to take a benefit of knowledge of Akash, such kind of knowledge which are from Vedas, you can see. So if you want to take benefit of this knowledge, you have to just put on your details on the WhatsApp number given below or the mail ID. You will get a video consultation with Akashji. Team will get in contact with you. Thank you very much. Meet you some another video. Thank you, Akashji. Till then, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Hanuman.